Hey guys, it's Luke Johnson from the Philosophy Teaching app Noetic. I'm currently building these Kierkegaard courses for the Noetic app, and something that my interlocutors have both asked me is to tell them the story of Soren Kierkegaard's authorial intent, and precisely what falls into the first authorship, the second authorship, blah blah blah. What's he trying to do with pseudonyms? How are they scattered throughout? How does this all fit together? And so I sort of told them this creative fiction of a story that I just sort of parroted from a lot of the communities that I'm in as like a good enough answer for that, where the first authorship is generally the pseudonymous works, and the second authorship is the more religiously inspired things where he just sort of directly signs his name. And boy, I put that out there, I put that on tape, and I think, look, it's helpful enough for the if you're just getting acquainted with Soren Kierkegaard, but guess what? It's also a lie. It's not true, and it's out there on tape, and I said it. The reality of the matter is that it's much more complex. The only thing that keeps me from not being totally depressed that I said that is that there seems to be controversy over just how to think of Soren Kierkegaard's authorship, and that depending on the scholar, you're going to sort of divide it up a little bit differently. Not everybody thinks that there's just the first and second authorship, that there are these transitional stages, and what falls within a transitional stage is up for debate. So some person, even if they acknowledge the same transitional stage, say a prelude to the second authorship, they may put something from another time period in there that person wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know if all the Kierkegaardian scholars have gotten together in a room and decided the canon, the gospel, what it's supposed to look like once and forever. I don't know if there's been that Kierkegaardian Council of Nicaea or whatever. But I want to provide some contours. I started to make a list. I thought I would do it myself. I'll be like, hey, I'll be the guy. I'll be the one who does that. Fortunately, I don't have to be that guy. There are two resources I want to tell you about. One I really enjoy is D. Anthony Storm's page on the internet, sorenkierkegaard.org. He has a specific schematization of how he believes they all fall together. There's the early years, the first authorship, the Corsair, the prelude to the second authorship, attacks on Christendom, and then like posthumous stuff. I'm just going from memory here. Whether everybody would ascend to that way of dividing up all the works, I don't know. And then there's this guy I just came across. Craig Campbell directed me to him, and I knew Craig knew precisely where to go. This guy has had this website since '97. His name's David F. Bishop, and he's constantly updating all the works of Soren Kierkegaard and placing them just on like a timeline. And I think maybe Bishop understands that it might be like kind of a fool's errand to go and decide where exactly each type of authorship occurs, because he understands that individuals can see it differently. So I'm going to try to take some of the dates that Storm has provided and then maybe possibly apply it to this lengthy list of Kierkegaard's works. I had no idea he had written this many, and how few I have read. I know I can't be alone in that. I mean, you could spend your whole life, and people do, reading all of them. I just kind of stuck to the most popular, most philosophically significant ones for my dissertation. So let me get some dates down here. The first period, his like works of youth, is typically stuff written between 1834 and 1842, and I'm going to try to read what some of those are. When we start getting to 1843, that's when we're talking about the first authorship. And the first authorship, from what I understand, typically does not only contain pseudonymous works. Like, those works typically are more philosophical in nature. But Kierkegaard was also, even though people don't celebrate them as much, was also writing religious texts during that time, but in signing them directly, they just weren't getting as much attention as the philosophical stuff. And then when he made this migration into his second authorship, that's when the theological works started to get more attention. But in general, if it's more philosophical, it's going to have a pseudonym. Why it has that particular pseudonym, that's for another day. But if it's more religious, more theological, it's typically going to be a direct signing. So let's go down the list and see if we can get some order on this. So this would be from the early years. Publication 1, From the Papers of One Still Living, published against his will by Søren Kierkegaard, 1838. Publication 2, 1841, On the Concept of Irony with Constant Reference to Socrates. This is his doctoral thesis, submitted for the doctorate by S.A. Kierkegaard, theological candidate. Publication 3, An Open Confession, The Fatherland, number 904 by Søren Kierkegaard. 1843, publication 4. All right, so this would be the beginning of the first authorship. Either or, A Fragment of Life, Part 1, containing A's papers, published by Victor Eremita, or Eremitia, or however you want to pronounce it, that pseudonym's name. Publication 5, 1843, Either or, A Fragment of Life, Part 2, containing B's papers, letters A, published by Victor Eremita. Publication 6, Who is the Author of Either or, The Fatherland, number 1162, by A.F. Publication 7, Thanks to Professor Heiberg, The Fatherland, number 1168, by Victor Eremita. Publication 8, 1843, Two Upbuilding Discourses, by Søren Kierkegaard. Publication 9, 1843, A Brief Explanation, by Søren Kierkegaard. This was in the Fatherland, number 1236. Publication 10, 1843, Fear and Trembling, A Dialectical Lyric, by Johann de Silencio. Publication 11, 1843, Repetition, An Essay in Experimenting Psychology, by Constantin Constantius. Whatever. I'm going to get savaged over that. You guys know what I'm talking about. Publication 12, 1843, Three Upbuilding Discourses, by Søren Kierkegaard. Publication 13, Four Upbuilding Discourses, by Søren Kierkegaard. Publication 14, 1844, Two Upbuilding Discourses, by Søren Kierkegaard. Publication 15, 1844, Three Upbuilding Discourses, by Søren Kierkegaard. Publication 16, Philosophical Fragments, or A Fragment of Philosophy, whatever, you know, it's a really long title, by Johann Climacus, edited by Søren Kierkegaard. That's important. Publication 17, 1844, The Concept of Anxiety, a simple psychologically orienting deliberation on the dogmatic issue of hereditary sin, by Vigilis Hoffnensis. Vigilis Hoffnensis. Good enough. Doesn't matter. It's a fake name. Publication 18, Prefaces, Light Reading for the Different Classes at Their Time and Leisure, by Nicholas Notabene. Publication 19, 1844, Four Upbuilding Discourses, by Søren Kierkegaard. Publication 20, 1845, Three Discourses on Imagined Occasions, by Søren Kierkegaard. Publication 21, 1845, Stages on Life's Way, Studies by Various Persons, compiled, forwarded to the press, and published by Hilarious Bookbinder. Okay. So we're getting into a transitional period here, or we might still be in the second authorship, but very soon, around 1846, we start to get into this transitional period. Maybe 1845. I think Stages on Life's Way might be considered one of the last books to make it into the first authorship, but again, these distinctions are somewhat socially constructed. So here we go. Publication 22, 1845, A Declaration in a Slight Edition, by Søren Kierkegaard. It's in the Fatherland, number 1883. Publication 23, 1845, A Cursory Observation Concerning a Detail in Don Giovanni, Part 1, by A. This is also in the Fatherland, serial number 1890. Publication 24, A Cursory Observation Concerning a Detail in Don Giovanni, Part 2, the Fatherland, serial number 1891, by A. Publication 25, 1845, The Activity of a Traveling Esthetician and How He Still Happened to Pay for the Dinner, the Fatherland, number 2 1078 by Frater Taciturnus. Publication number 26, The Dialectical Outcome of a Literary Political Business Concern, The Fatherland, number 9, by Frater Taciturnus. Publication 27, Concluding Unscientific Postscript to the Philosophical Fragments, a representational impassioned dialectical composition and existential contribution, by Johann Climacus, published by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 28, 1846, A Literary Review, 2 Ages, a novel by the author of A Story of Everyday Life, published by J.L. Heiberg, Copenhagen, Reitzel, 1845, reviewed by Soren S. Kierkegaard. Upbuilding Discourses in Various Spirits, publication 29, 1847, by Soren Kierkegaard. At some point here, I believe it's around 1848, we're going to get to the second authorship. So let's be mindful of that as we keep going here. We're still dealing, I suppose, with a transitional period. Publication 30, 1847, The Works of Love, Some Christian Reflections in the Form of Discourses, by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 31, 1848, Christian Discourses, by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 32, 1848, The Crisis and a Crisis in the Life of an Actress, Part 1, The Fatherland, number 188, by Enter et Enter. Publication 33, 1848, The Crisis and a Crisis in the Life of an Actress, Part 2, The Fatherland, number 189, by Enter et Enter. Publication 34, 1848, The Crisis and a Crisis in the Life of an Actress, Part 3, The Fatherland, number 190, by Enter et Enter. Publication 35, The Crisis and a Crisis in the Life of an Actress, Part 4, The Fatherland, number 191, by Enter et Enter. Publication 36, 1849, The Lilies of the Field and the Birds of the Air, 3 Devotional Discourses, by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 37, 1849, 2 Ethical Religious Minor Essays, by H.H. Publication 38, 1849, The Sickness unto Death, A Christian Psychological Exposition for Upbuilding and Awakening, by Anticlimacus, published by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 39, The High Priest, the Tax Collector, the Woman Who Was a Sinner, 3 Discourses at the Communion on Fridays, by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 40, Practice in Christianity, numbers 1, 2, and 3, by Anticlimacus, published by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 41, 1850, An Upbuilding Discourse, by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 42, 1851, An Open Letter on the Occasion of a Statement About Me, by Dr. Rudelbeck, by Soren Kierkegaard. Alright, so I'm getting a little bit concerned now because I think the first authorship ends around 1851, and this might be a period where he starts doing something else, if he's attacking Christendom or taking care of some other loose ends. But I'll let other people decide that. I'm just going to keep reading down this list that Bishop has provided us, and yeah, I'm going to keep going with that. Publication 43, 1851, 2 Discourses at the Communion on Fridays, by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 44, 1851, About My Work as an Author, by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 45, 1851, For Self-Examination Recommended to the Present Age, by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 46, 1854, Was Bishop Minster a Witness to the Truth, one of the true witnesses to the truth? Is this the truth? By Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 47, 1854, There the Matter Rests, The Fatherland, number 304, by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 48, A Challenge to Me, by Pastor Paladin Mueller, The Fatherland, number 10, by S. Kierkegaard. Publication 49, 1855, The Point at Issue with the Bishop Martinson, as Christianly decisive for the Christianly viewed dubious previously established ecclesiastical order, The Fatherland, number 24, by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 50, 1855, Two New Truth Witnesses, The Fatherland, serial number 24 by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 51, 1855, At Bishop Minster's Death, The Fatherland, number 67 by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 52, 1855, Is This Christian Worship or Is It Making a Fool of God? A Matter of Conscience in Order to Relieve My Conscience, The Fatherland, number 68 by Soren Kierkegaard. Number 53, 1855, What Must Be Done? It Will Happen Either Through Me or Through Someone Else, The Fatherland, number 69 by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 54, 1855, The Religious Situation, The Fatherland, number 72 by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 55, 1855, A Thesis, Just One Single One, The Fatherland, number 74 by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 56, 1855, end. 1856, Publication 56, 1855, Salt, Because Christendom is the Decay of Christianity. A Christian World is a Falling Away from Christianity. The Fatherland, number 76 by S. Kierkegaard. 57, 1855, What Do I Want? The Fatherland, number 77 by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 58, 1855, On the Occasion of an Anonymous Proposal Made to Me in number 79 of this newspaper, The Fatherland, number 81 by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 59, 1855, Would It Be Best Now to Stop Ringing the Alarm? The Fatherland, number 83, Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 60, 1855, Christianity with a Royal Certificate and Christianity Without a Royal Certificate. The Fatherland, serial number 83 by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 61, 1855, What Cruel Punishment? The Fatherland, number 87 by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 62, 1855, A Result, The Fatherland, number 107 by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 63, 1855, A Monologue, The Fatherland, serial number 107 by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 64, 1855, Concerning a Fatuous Pompousness in Relation to Me and the Conception of Christianity to Which I Am Calling Attention by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 65, 1855, For the New Edition of Practice and Christianity, The Fatherland, number 112 by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 66, 1855, This Must Be Said, So Let It Be Said by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 67, 1855, The Moment, number 1 by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 68, That Bishop Martinson's Silence is 1, Christianly Indefensible, 2, Ludicrous, 3, Obtuse, Sagacious, 4, In More Than One Regard, Contemptible by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 69, 1855, June 4, The Moment, number 2 by Soren Kierkegaard. Publication 70, 1855, What Christ Judges About Official Christianity by Soren Kierkegaard. Okay, and then between publications 71 through 75 are all going to come out in 1855, and they're going to be The Moment, numbers 3 through 7, all by Soren Kierkegaard, so I'm going to just save my breath for that. Publication 76, 1855, The Changelessness of God, A Discourse by Soren Kierkegaard. And then publications 77 and 78 come out in 1855, and they're numbers 8 and 10, or numbers 8 and 9 of The Moment, and they're both published by Soren Kierkegaard. Okay, that was a lot. So I hope that this is helpful to someone. I wanted to have audio for this, for the Noetic app. I can imagine some Kierkegaard scholars that would like to be able to listen to this, and I didn't come up with this list. I want everybody to know that I am not trying to take credit for somebody else's work. If you want to see a beautiful graph of it, go visit Kierkegaard.com. Again, it's put together by David F. Bishop. I mean, I don't know where else to find this stuff. I mean, it's really incredible that he did this. And go visit SorenKierkegaard.org to see how D. Anthony Storm carves up everything. And really, D. Anthony Storm has this really immersive, interconnected website that you can just get lost hours and hours and hours in finding out stuff about Soren Kierkegaard. All right, I think I've done enough damage today, so I'm going to stop. Thanks, guys.